Friends, legal empowerment through interaction lecture series with a difference. In the last 163 sessions, we have been exploring the frontiers of law, rather shattering the shackles of precedents and doing very many things which a lawyer, a law student, an academician, a jurist should be doing. At times forgetting the fact that we too are human beings, we need relaxation. And today, principally on account of Justice Ramkumar sir, who introduced the idea, and because I was emboldened by the courage shown by Sri S. Raghukumar, Advocate Trivandrum, and the technical support that is being rendered by Treya J. Pillai. Today, we are doing a new experiment. The experiment is that let us find the harmony in ourselves. Let us find that we are at one with nature. So I don't want to take any further time, but say just one word. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We are not dull boys. So over to you, Justice Ramkumar sir, and may I also recognize the presence of Justice Babu sir and all of you wonderful participants. And I request Justice Ramkumar sir to do the introductory remarks.
Thank you, Shyam. Good afternoon, friends. Let us start the proceedings with a silent invocation of God, and also by way of homage to the great poetess, and above all a great human being, namely Sugata Kumari teacher, who left us for the heavenly abode recently. In my capacity as the chairman of the monitoring committee for the Mental Health Center Trivandrum at Ulampara, I had a tremendous support from Sugata Kumari teacher and also from Dr. K. A. Kumar. Both of them were members of the committee. Teacher had remarkable clarity of thought and expression. Let us keep silence for just a minute, please.
Thank you so much, Ramkumar sir, for the introduction.
Yes, not yet over.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Today we are on a forensic digression into a musical bonanza. Just as behind every raga, there is the rule of notations. Behind every percussion, there is the rule of rhythm. These rules are nothing but an application of law. Hence, melody and rhythm are not strangers to law, and both are capable of taking us to infinite euphoria. Music has always been my passion, if not a sort of addiction. I think without any tinge of boasting, I can say that I was a reasonably good singer. Lawyers of Calicut, especially Sri B.G. Bhaskar, will bear testimony to my talent as a singer. But frequent bronchial infections gradually affected my vocal cords, and the power of retention of breath also was affected. Added to that, from 2010 onwards, I have fallen a prey to sleep apnea. I cannot now sing. Therefore, I switched over to whistling. Friends, I do not wish to prolong this verbal ordeal and stand in the way of the artistic flourishes of great poets, lyricists, and singers. I will conclude my speech with a whistling experiment.
Sound is not here.
Sir, sound clear ആവുന്നില്ല. സൗണ്ട് മൈക്ക് മറ്റേ സ്പീക്കർ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു.
സ്പീക്കർ എൻ്റെ ഇതിലാണ്. താങ്ക് യു. ഇനി നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരെയും പാട്ടൊക്കെ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് വേണമെങ്കിൽ സമയം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആവാം.
അതില്ല സാർ ഏതൊരു ആംഗിളിൽ നിൽക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് കേൾക്കാത്തത്. ഡയറക്ട്ലി ഓവർ ടു
ഇതിന് സ്പീക്കർ മൈക്രോഫോൺ. പ്രോബ്ലം എനിക്ക് മൈക്രോഫോൺ നേരെ പിടിക്കേണ്ടി വരും അല്ലേ? അതായിരിക്കും. That could be the problem.
Thank you so
Unmute
much,
that.
Ramkumar, sir.
Yeah.
I'm here to say a tribute about Sugata Kumari Madam. So, notable among the three poets of Silent Valley was Sugata Kumari teacher, who passed away on the 23rd December 2020. One of the most celebrated Malayalam poets of the contemporary era, Sugata Kumari was known for her unique poems filled with compassionate empathy, human sensitivity, and philosophical quest. In her poetic career spanning over 6 decades, she, through her subtle and sublime lines, fought against the injustice in the world, especially against the ruthless oppression of women and indiscriminate exploitation of nature. Fondly being called as Sugata teacher by her hundreds of admirers and followers, she was a key figure in the Silent Valley protests. Save Silent Valley was the title, and it was India's fiercest environmental movement of the decade, and Sugata teacher was the face of the movement for many years. Some who knew her in the 70s would say that the teacher's lifelong marriage to Mother Nature and conservation started with the Silent Valley. Among the hundreds of verses dedicated to Silent Valley, Sugata teacher's Marathinu Studi, or Ode to the Tree, stood out as it assumed the status of an anthem for the fight. At almost every event that was related to environmental issues organized towards the Silent Valley conservation had teachers' poems as the inaugural. Born as the second daughter of freedom fighter and poet Bodheshwaran and wife Karthiyayini Amma on January 22nd of 1934, Sugata teacher had entered into the world of poetry in 1960 with her first collection of poems, Muthuchippigal. For over 3 decades, Sugata teacher has been running Abhaya, an organization for underprivileged women, including the poor, rape survivors, domestic violence victims, and drug addicts. Also, she was a founder secretary of the Prakriti Samrakshana Samiti, an organization for the protection of nature. She is the first chairperson of the Kerala State Women's Commission. She had been recipient of several honors and recognitions. The country had bestowed her with the Padma Shri in 2006. She also won the higher literary award, Saraswati Samman, in 2013 for her poetic collection, Manalezhuthu. She also bagged almost every prestigious literary awards in the state. She was the first recipient of the Indira Priyadarshini Vrikshamitra Award in 1986 for her active involvement in nature conservation activities. Later, the government of Kerala declared Sugata Kumari teacher's ancestral home at Aramulla as a protected monument on her 84th birthday. Now, let me just hand over the mic to Srimati Sri.Shyam for a recital of poem by Sugata Kumari teacher.
ഒരു തൈ നടാം കൊച്ചു മക്കൾക്കു വേണ്ടി, ഒരു തൈ നടാം 100 കിളികൾക്കു വേണ്ടി, ഒരു തൈ നടാം നല്ല നാളേക്കു വേണ്ടി. ഇത് പ്രാണവായുവിനായി നടുന്നു, ഇത് മഴയ്ക്കായി നടുന്നു, അഴകിനായി തണലിനായി തേൻ പഴങ്ങൾക്കായി 100 തൈകൾ നിറഞ്ഞു നടന്നു. അഴകിനായി തണലിനായി തേൻ പഴങ്ങൾക്കായി 100 തൈകൾ നിറഞ്ഞു നടന്നു. ഒരു തൈ നടാം അമ്മയ്ക്കു വേണ്ടി, ഒരു തൈ നടാം കൊച്ചു മക്കൾക്കു വേണ്ടി, ഒരു തൈ നടാം 100 കിളികൾക്കു വേണ്ടി, ഒരു തൈ നടാം നല്ല നാളേക്കു വേണ്ടി.
Lovely.
ഇതു ദേവി മാറ്റാൻ നിറകണ്ണുമായി ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന പൂജ. ഇതു ദേവി ഭൂമിതൻ ചൂടൽപ്പം മാറ്റാൻ നിറകണ്ണുമായി ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന പൂജ. Thank you.
Wonderful.
May I just invite Mr. S. Ramkumar for an introduction on Professor Madhusoodanan Nair.
Prof.V.Madhusoodanan Nair is a very familiar name to the populace of Malayalam. He's a scholar, critic, academician, and a poet who broadened the horizon of the reach for poetry to all strata through his musical works of poetry. He has revolutionized Malayalam poetry world by his unique style of poetry rendering. The most celebrated work of his, Naranath Prandan, The Lunatic of Naranath, published in 1992, is still one of the best sellers in the country, with more than 50 editions till date, having the first 25 editions being brought out in just 8 years. His works are rooted in Upanishads culture, spiritual ecology, and universal altruism. He is the recipient of the Sahitya Academy Award, Ashan Award, Madhava Mudra, Kerala Sahitya Academy Award, Ullur Award, P. Kunjiraman Nair Award, Mahakavi Kuttamath Award, Padma Prabha Literary Award, and several other accolades. Professor V.Madhusoodanan Nair retired as the head of the Department of Malayalam from the St. Xavier's College, Thiruvananthapuram, has devoted his post-retirement life to enrich Malayalam language with his literary works as well as to inculcate native culture, music, and language to the younger generation. A novel initiative conceived by Professor V.Madhusoodanan Nair, Malayalam Pallikudam, is one of the a platform dedicated for imparting his concepts like Malayala Botham, consciousness as a Malayali, Amma Ruji, that is the mother taste, home taste, and country taste. For water to the younger generation. Now, let me add one more fact. I am his student. He's my guru.
So, 2 students already on our platform.
Another person from Mumbai has said, Raj Krishan has said that, sir, salutations to you, sir.
So, now Shyam, you may invite Madhusoodanan, sir.
Sir, please, the platform is all yours. Please, sir.
Respected and dear gurus, brothers and sisters, my humble pranams for all. Advocate Ramkumar introduced me as his teacher. But I have to remember another thing. His mother, Professor Sulojana teacher, is my teacher. And he is almost a mother to me till now. I have so many mother-like figures as gurus. The greatest mother is language and literature and music. Yes. But I have some living mothers with me even now as my teachers, my mentors, etc. I remember her. And also, I pay my homage, humble homage to Sodakumari also. He was also almost my mother. She is the mother of the downtrodden. She is the mother of the mountains, mother of the rivers, mother of the plants, and mother of the have-nots, of the discarded ones. So many girls were patronized by her in Abhaya and some other institutions. When she left us, I heard the rivers crying. I heard the mountains, birds, and the Adivasis crying. So, when she was remembered here, I was thanking you all for such a very benevolent action. And to my wonder, I am asked to be with you on this occasion of your ardent deliberations on music. I appreciate the spirit. I appreciate the spirit behind it. Since the professionals working in the field of law and justice are destined to study almost all subjects in the world. And one thing too, music is the cosmic order of life, cosmic law of life. The rhythm, not rhythm, rhythm, that's a Vedic word. Rhythm is cosmic order, cosmic law, or cosmic dharma. Music is the cosmic order of life. And those who devote their life in the field of law and justice always work to ensure this kind of rhythm and harmony and ordered life on earth in the society. So law and justice is a universal music for peace and harmony in the world. So this subject is not strange to you and all, because everybody is bound in music, and every life is music. The world is music. The world is sound, flowing sound, a flux of sound. Nada Brahma, it is told. This Nada Brahma, the word Nada Brahma was used for the last almost 3,000 years in India, knowing that everything emanated after this sprouting of Nada. The modern science now reached this particular point. Now there is string theory of the universe. String theory says there are waves, strings, only waves and strings in the world. Everything moves, everything sings, everything is interconnected. As Gibbon said, everything flows in the everything, carries with it and within it all lives of its life and others' life. And everything is a whispering and murmuring of things, changing into each other, breeding and searching and dying and withdrawing and dying. This is what was said by our ancient rishis. So, music is the life of the world. As an ordinary learner, listener, and a distant devotee of music, I have always noticed that every being is a note in the cosmic music, and everybody is influenced by music. everybody sings a kind of music in talk or in walk or in sleep. Always singing is there. And everything is ordered in the world. Where there is discord, there is disease. Where there is disorder, there is discomfort. That is what is called agada. That's roga. So the present world is rukna. Rukna means diseased, not the diseased, ill affected. Present day, we are thinking more and more about the influence of music in human lives. We are taught that influences music of sound or of vibration comes to us and touches our senses, our actions, and body from without. Whether this influence is from without, there's a question. This question was asked by the Sufi Hazrat Inayat Khan. He answered it. The secret of psychological and physiological influence of music is hidden in that particular source or origin of the influence. The source is within us as well as without. The external music kindles the internal music in all of us, I think. There is music within us. Sometimes we may not know. There was a story. There's a story told by Inayat Khan. Akbar, the emperor, asked Tansen, his court musician, tell me, who was your teacher? Then Tansen replied, Your Majesty, my teacher is a very great musician, but I cannot call him a musician. I must call him music. Then Akbar asked, can I hear him sing? I cannot call him to the court. Tansen replied. The emperor inquired again, can I go where he is? Tansen told him, he may not sing before a king. Akbar asked, shall I come as your servant to see him? Tansen agreed. They both went up to the Himalayas, near to the cave where the guru was. Tansen on a horseback and Akbar walking. When the guru saw them coming, he felt in the mood of singing. He began to sing. The guru began to sing. All the trees and plants in the forest were vibrating. All the rocks and rivers were vibrating. In that particular song of universe of the guru, everything was vibrating. Akbar and Tansen were in trance for some time. When they opened their eyes, the guru disappeared. After their return, once Akbar one day asked Tansen, which raga, in which mood the guru sang. Tansen told the name of the raga. I know the raga, emperor said, I know the raga, but it was not that spirit. It was another, the music was another level. Then Tanson replied, here when I sing before the king of the country, but my guru sings before the God, only before the God. This story reveals one thing. The godly soul is one who forgets himself in God, in the ultimate power, ultimate energy, or music, the Vak, the Devata. The worldly soul is one who has lost himself in the worldly life. We are lost ourselves in the worldly life, so we may not be able to know the essence of world music, the soulful music. I think so. There are some gifted genius musicians in the world. Some may take us to another world, but most of us are listening music as a practice deliberately and consciously. When we forget ourselves, we will be dissolved into the realm of music, I think. This is what I feel. There is a shloka, Naham Vasami Vayugunte, Na Yogi Hridaye Rabau, Mat Bhakta Yatra Gayanti, Tatra Tishtami Narada. It was the saying of Lord Krishna to Narada, Naham Vasami Vayugunte. I do not dwell in the heaven or in Vaikuntha. Na Yogi Hridaye, not nor in the heart of yogis. Na Ravau, nor in the shining sun. Mat Bhakta Yatra Gayanti, where my devotees sings, there I be. There am I. Where is full of devotion, there is music. The sentiments are so many. Every sentiment, if it is devoted, turned into high music. This is the way of music in my experience. In our world, we are more concerned about health. Health, physical health, as well as mental health. Charaka in Charaka Samhita says, Dharmartha Kama Mokshanam Arogyam Moolam Uttamam. For disease-free condition is the best source or base of virtue, wealth, gratification, and emancipation. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. For this, similarity or harmony of all substances is the cause of growth and well-being. Harmony is the base of all well-being. Dissimilarity and disharmony, the cause of disease and destruction. So, he reminds us, he advises, Sattvam, Atma, Shariram cha, Trayam etat Tridandapat. For a life, there is a triple. One Sattvam, then Atma, then Sharira. Shariram is the location, body, material body. Atma, the sensation, actually the soul or sensation. Then Sattvam, mind. mind should be sound, the senses should be sound, the feelings should be sound, and body should be sound. This is the rhythmic world order. So we have to attune ourselves to the tune of the world. That is what law and justice, administration, and everything does. They do all these things, but there are disharmony. Mind, self, and body. These three make a tripod on which the living world stands. All depend on it. That living being is Purusha. It's a pattern point here. The living being is Purusha. One who lives is Purusha. He is called Purusha. The miniature Purusha, macrocosmic Purusha, and microscopic Purusha. Both are Purushas. Yatha Brahmande, Tatha Pindande. Cosmos is within every being. So, in me there is a Purusha. In him there is a Purusha. In you there is a Purusha. In every creature there is a Purusha. Purusha means person. And the sentiments. Every creature has the sentiment. And every creature has a location. Every Purusha has a location. Every Purusha has a body, and music is the pleasure, is the bliss of this Purusha. My music should be the pleasure of that Purusha too. Tat Tvam Asi. If I enjoy a music, it should be enjoyable to the other two. For this, we have to keep intact our mind, our body, and our sentiments. That's pertinent to individual as well as the society, for everything, even for the nature. I remember again Sugata Kumari, she tried throughout her whole life to make an order to the nature, make the nature a music, though it was not almost fruitful. So, music, pure music, is one which makes these things in order, equilibrium. This equilibrium is necessary for everybody, whether it is social or individual. We use medicines for healing, material medicines. In medicines, there are different elements which is necessary for the orderly functioning of the body. Body has some elements. If it lacks some elements, it has to be compensated by the medicine. When we administer medicine, by the power of these medicines or the elements contained in these medicines, the vibration of our health is created. The vibration, the rhythmic vibration of our body or mind is regulated. This rhythm that is necessary for us is brought about through medicine. Through music, we create another medicine. Health or well-being, wellness is a condition of perfect rhythm and perfect tone. Well, every body, if it is perfect in tones and rhythm, it is ill-free body. And without music, music is the rhythm and tone. Pure rhythm and pure tone is music. Ill health means ill rhythm and ill tone. Disease means disharmony of mind and disharmony of body. Music of mind and body, the music of mind and body, if the music of mind and body is in disorder, this is the disease. This disease can be seen in every walk of life throughout. And for every illness, there's a particular reason. So there are so many specializations. But one thing, all illness come from one basic reason: absence of life or disorder of musical life in the body or in the mind. Because the vital force in Sanskrit, prana, is the main power of the body. This birth, as we experience, this birth has to be balanced, purified, and developed. Breath, physically, breath we experience. Without breath, we cannot live. This has to be controlled, this has to be ordered, this has to be purified, and this has to be regulated. That's why pranayama is there. So I now remember the great sage Patanjali. All of us, in one way or other, is acquainted with the teachings and schools of Patanjali. There is a sloga, invocation to Patanjali, very famous invocation, in which he is prayed for three particular abilities: yogena chittasya, padena vacham, malam sharirasya cha vaidyagena, ya apakarot tam praparam muninam patanjalim pranjali anatosmi. It's a famous invocation, prayer. Yogena chittasya, padena vacham. Patanjali was a grammarian who wrote Mahabhashyam. Patanjali is the author of Patanjala Yoga Sutrani, Yoga Sutra, and Patanjali is the author of famous Ayurvedic treatise. At the same time, he was a yogi, he was a grammarian, he was a physician. He was treating body, he was treating the mind and intellect, he was treating the total function of mind. So in three ways, as I said earlier, Sattvam, Atma, Shariram. The tripod was regulated by the views and functions taught by Patanjali. There is one thing: word is the primordial form of Srishti, creation. Word was first created. Vak eva idam sarvam. All that exists are vak, sound. And this vak has primarily two phases. One, the sound, the sonic birth. Two, the intellectual side. So, language, music are two in one. That sound developed into, materialized into matter, like ice. Ice is water, frozen water. When it melts, it flows. On evaporation, it takes another form. That is subtle form. From that subtle form, water gets a form of liquid. When frozen, it becomes ice. We people are like frozen water, matter. Within us, there are flux. That's called Saraswati, the consciousness. All these can be regulated holistically. That's the view, that's the Indian view. So, our Vedic sages in earlier times knew the importance of music. That's why they started their studies in music. Samaveda, Samavedadidam Geetam. Samaveda is the base for Indian music. It is said. Why it is so? Samaveda is the rhythm and the movement of Garuda. Samaveda, when Garuda flies, we can hear Samaveda, it is told. That means the Garuda, the energy, force energy of Vishnu. Vishnu means Surya or the life force. When the rays of Vishnu emanates, it is it travels like a rhythm flow. This flow, the rhythm of this flow is Samavedic music. That is the subtle form of life. When we regulate our body with mundane music or earthly music, we try to attain that level to raise to that level of Samaveda, and we experience eternal orderly life. That is the principle of Indian music, I think. That's why mantras were used. There are so many people who healed by mantras. What's the use of mantras? So many people asks. Till the dawn of 20th century, Western people were not much aware of the power of sound in this way, the psychological power of sound. They did not even think of it, I think, to a great extent. But nowadays, they are paying more attention to study the power of mantras, the chanting, and the healing power of music, etc. Though Pythagoras was on that way, I think Pythagoras got it from Indian scriptures. He studied in Takshashila, as I know. Pythagoras studied Vedic scriptures, and he was the exponent of the music of the spheres theory. Everybody knows it, but Western world was not very keen in the study of the spiritual force of music. Huh? Huh? വേഗം ഇപ്പൊ തീർക്കാം. Hmm.
There is no what do you call rationing of time or anything, sir. You can be yourself. We are
No,
eagerly.
I am coming to the
No, absolutely no, Shah. We heard somebody was telling you that it's too. Nothing like that, sir. Please
no,
feel free.
no interruption except some technical
Okay.
adjustment here. Hmm? Excuse me. Uh, to wind up, I think um, uh, it is better to wind up. We had so many musicians in India who led us to that realm, that world of bliss, into Nada Brahma. I was reading a book on this subject. The world is sound, Nada Brahma, written by a German musicologist, Joachim Berensch. Joachim Berensch. He studied the science of music, the soul of music, with the help of Indian philosophy, Taoist philosophy, and the modern physics as well. And modern philosophies, so many modern philosophies are incorporated in that book. There, he finds that the sole power of the world is sound itself. That is what our sages were practicing and preaching for ages, for the last almost for the last 3,500 years. Brahaspade Prathamam Vachu Agram. That is one of the Vedic mantras. And Maho Arnas Saraswati Prachetayati Ketuna Dhiyo Vishwa Virajati. Etc. So many Saraswata mantras are there. In all these, the incessant flux of the universe is depicted in symbolic ways. And they particularly knew the human sound, sound in the human body, sound in the creatures, and the sound of the world, and the sounds so many different sounds made by the planets. Every planet has its own music within them. These planets arrange themselves a pattern of music. This pattern of music is well known by some foreign musicologists as well. I think so. This Michael Schmitz, a German musicologist, has put it in these words: our physical, mental, and spiritual wellness is part of the wellness of the world. It is hardly surprising to find that the proportions of the human body correspond with the mathematical proportions of the planetary orbits. For each proportion of the human body corresponding to a musical interval, there is a corresponding proportion between 2 or 3 planetary orbits. Thus, the two apparently distant fields of musical tones and the movements of the planets find a directly palpable expression in the body. The link between man and cosmos are the musical proportions, which in this way represents a universal organizing principle. That is what our Upanishad said in another way. This is the Upanishadic words. This is well said in our Upanishad. The essence of all beings is earth. The essence of earth is water. The essence of water is plants. The essence of plants is man. The essence of man is speech. The essence of speech is sacred knowledge. The essence of sacred knowledge is vak, sound. Vak means sound. The essence of vak is om. I am submitting this to uh, your thought. You can explore it again and again. So many people are there who are well versed in this uh, field. I know that well, but I am submitting this. The essence of word, essence of Vak is Om. That is the eternal vibration. The eternal vibration, according to Kashmiri Shaivis, is called Spanda. Spanda Karika is there. This Spanda is to be kept in our life, our material life also, our individual life also, our societal, social life also, because we have to make a harmonious society. We have to make a, 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 a society, a musical society. Everywhere there are divisions. Every individual has his own qualities, characteristics, etc. And in every human being, apart from all these differences, there lies a vital force. It is controlled by total tones. That's what the Yoga Shastra teaches us. In these six chakras, there are 51 letters with music. In the six chakras, when we nowadays there are in Andhra Pradesh there are Asharabhyasa, in North India there are Asharabhyasas, in Kerala there is Vidyarambha, and in Kerala we write with our ring, golden ring, in the tongue of a child, Hari Sri Ganapataye Namah. What are these? Doesn't mean anything. But when we count the numerical value of these letters, we get 51. 51 means 51 letters, Madriga Varna. They are situated, placed in the six centers, six uh, principal centers of our Sushumna nervous system. Only to kindle these six centers, these letters, these sounds, Nada, Bija, these sounds, we are starting the Vidyarambha. That's the yogic science behind it. These letters, these 51 letters, have the power to sense, power to smell, power to taste, power to hear, power to see, and power to touch. The all functions of five sense organs are there in all these letters. For example, take the phoneme Ra. Ra is Agni Bija, fire element. It, it contains fire element. Ram, rum, 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 rum. This is fricative. There is friction in it. When we say La, it is flowing because it contains water element. Lakshmana is Lakshmana, Chaya, Tanal, Nidal. It is called Chaya, shade. Lakshmana La. La is water, having water quality. Ra is having fire quality. Va is having air quality. Ha is having sky quality, spatial quality. All these letters, these particular, not alphabets, phonemes, all these phonemes have some kind of qualities of the world. In these letters are latent the qualities which we smell, which we hear, which we see, which we touch, or which we taste. So I wrote in one of my poems, I was planted into the womb of my mother as one cell, only one cell. It gradually grew into 25 quadrillion cells, and I was born as a child in the world. When I was born, I was given a shape of human being. But when I was inside, at first, I was only shaped with the sound. While I was lying inside the placenta of my mother, I was tasting, I was hearing, I was touching something, I was seeing something without the help of these organs. That is what sound does. That is the influence of sound in my nervous system, in my consciousness. So I wrote in a poem. Shall I present the poem here before you?
Sir, definitely, sir. Definitely.
നക്ഷത്രം എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു, നക്ഷത്രം എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു, ഞാൻ തന്നൊരക്ഷരം നീ എന്തു ചെയ്തു? നക്ഷത്രം എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു. While I was lying inside the womb of my mother, that star asked me, നക്ഷത്രം എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു, ഞാൻ തന്നൊരക്ഷരമെന്തേ രസിച്ചുവോ പൈതലേ? നാവ് ഞാൻ നീട്ടിക്കൊടുത്തതറിവീല, അതിൽ നാദത്രിശൂലം വരഞ്ഞതെന്തറിവീല. I did not stretch my tongue. No trident wrote a letter in my tongue, but I knew, I perceived it. How? വാക്ക് മണക്കുന്നിനിക്കുന്നു, വാക്കെന്നെ നോക്കി ചിരിക്കാൻ വിളക്കു കത്തിക്കുന്നു. വാക്ക് മണക്കുന്നിനിക്കുന്നു, വാക്കെന്നെ നോക്കി ചിരിക്കാൻ വിളക്കു കത്തിക്കുന്നു. കിക്കിളിയാക്കുന്നു, നാദമായി വന്നെന്നെ അക്കരെ കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നു. വാക്ക് മണക്കുന്നു. It smells. Vak, sound. Sound smells. Then inikkunnu. It tastes. Sound tastes. I taste the sound. And വാക്കെന്നെ നോക്കി ചിരിക്കാൻ വിളക്ക് കത്തിക്കുന്നു. The sound lights a lamp before me. Visibility, audibility, olfactory experience, all these experiences are given by word. Word can give all these experiences of five senses. Word can move these senses. But word can move the flesh. Word can regulate the flesh. Word is music, and word is music. This music is worshipped in India as our goddess, or the supreme head of gods, Sadashiva. So, in Tantra Shastras, music is treated in another way. All these sound originated from the original Sadashiva. It resides in every human being or creature as the bija. That is para. Paradi chatvari vagatmakam. It is sung by Dikshita. Vatari. In this kirtan, Dikshita says, Para, Pashandi, Madhyama, Vaikari. These are the four forms of voice. Unheard voice, Anahata, like Anahata voice. The bija, the seed, lies in the Mooladhara. Then it emanates again and again. Ultimately, it becomes a struck sound. That is Akhatanada, that is Vaikari. This Vaikari is experienced by us as material music or worldly music. With this worldly music, we realize in us the harmony of the world, the harmony of the word, and the harmony of minds. When we realize this, we become ill-free, I think. And there are so many studies, I conclude, there are so many studies in this field, how sound can feel, make feel, and how sound can heal. I recommend a particular book in this respect in Malayalam, written by a very, very devoted scholar, though she claims not to be a scholar like Dr. Suvarna Malapad. She wrote a book on the Indian way of healing by sound. It's mythical, historical, and scientific ways, Indian scientific ways, etc., are elucidated in the book Nada Laya Sindhu, Raga Chikilsamadam. The name of the book is Nada Laya Sindhu. I think it will be a great help for us. This book would be a great help for us. And with these words, I conclude my present talk, though unexpectedly it was much lengthier than I supposed earlier. Thank you all, and continue all, and with all humble prayers, with all humble pranams, I remain. Thank you.
Great sublime thought during our forensic digression. Great sublime thought.
It's just wonderful. I envy not only just Babu sir, but all of your students. I mean, we missed out on great teachers like you at times, but we did have our teachers, but still, I envy Justice Babu sir and all others who have been posting in the chat column from different parts of the world about you, sir. It's been wonderful. Before we move on to the musical session and the law of music, I just request you to recite one poem, sir.
Now, again?
Absolutely, sir.
I am in a puzzle. Which poem is to be selected? There are so
whichever
many poems.
Comes to your mind first, sir. That will be the. I mean, let it be spontaneous.
It will be 12 makkale pettoramme, sir.
That is Babu sir's request.
Earlier, I recited a portion from my poem Vak. Vak deals with this particular subject. That's music, word, consciousness, and our intellect, its formation of intellect, and the relationship of myself and other self. That was the subject dealt with in the poem Vak. That was written with the influence of Upanishadic thoughts. I don't elucidate it. But now, I would like to present before you a few portions from my another poem, somewhat difficult to understand. Can be fully followed only if I give a proper description. But this time is not a time of description. So let me render the poem directly. Poem is titled Santana Gopala. Almost everybody in India who knows the story of Bhagavatam knows this story. Arjuna promised a Brahmin to save his child, but he could not. At last, he prepared a fire, an Agnikunda, and when he was about to fall in the Agnikunda, repenting, Krishna touched him. Krishna saved him. And Krishna saved the child too. Nowadays, we are quite unable to save the infant child within us. In every person, there's a child sleeping, like Krishna in the Pralaya water. We are unable to save the innocent child, the child of innocence, child of purity in our mind. That's the situation. I am presenting the first portion, only the first portion of the poem. This poem is written in Kerala meter, Dravidian meter, Kega. There's a rhythmic pattern in that way. Every word has rhythm. Every word, uttered word, has rhythm. A word is a dancer when it is uttered. Ende ee swarodakam ettuvaanguga pinne പൊന്തുന്ന കരൾ തീയൻ കണ്ണിലും പടർത്തുക എന്റെ ഈ സ്വരോദകം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങുക പിന്നെ പൊന്തുന്ന കരൾ തീയൻ കണ്ണിലും പടർത്തുക. ആയിരം കൂരം പെയ്ത് നിൻ നെഞ്ചിൽ ഞാനേ തീർത്ത തീലി ദുഷ്ടാത്മാവിൻ ഓർമ്മയുമൊടുക്കുക. ദ്വാരകേ ദ്വാരകേ ശിശുശാപബാധയാൽ കുലം കുത്തി തീരമില്ലാതെ നിന്നിൽ പ്രളയം ജൃംഭിക്കുന്നു. ദ്വാരകേ ബാലപ്രേതം കൂടിയ നിന്നോടൊപ്പം കാലവും സങ്കൽപ്പവും വേരുവെന്തുണങ്ങുന്നു. ചത്വരങ്ങളിൽ ധൂമസഞ്ചാരം, ദൂരെ വ്രജമന്ദിരങ്ങളിൽ ദുഃഖഖണ്ഡാരം, വൃന്ദാരണ്യ ഗോപഥങ്ങളിൽ ഹത്യാഘോഷം. ഈ ഒടുക്കത്തെ പ്രാണബിന്ദുവെ കെട്ടിപ്പുണരും പാരാവാര സോദരീ ഹൃദം അഗ്നിസങ്കുലം. കൃഷ്ണസ്വപ്നരോദനം നീലിച്ചേറുമാകാശം. എങ്ങോ നിന്ന് മക്കളെ മൃതി കൊത്താതെ അണയെ പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എൻ കരളാരോ നിലവിളിയിൽ കുരുക്കുന്നു. എൻ കരൾ ആരോ നിലവിളിയിൽ കുരുക്കുന്നു. ചഞ്ചലം മനം കൃഷ്ണചരണം തിരയുന്നു. ചഞ്ചലം മനം കൃഷ്ണചരണം തിരയുന്നു. നെഞ്ചകത്ത് ചഞ്ചലം മനം കൃഷ്ണചരണം തിരയുന്നു. നെഞ്ചകത്തൊരു വെണ്മ കടലായിരമ്പുന്നു. ചഞ്ചലം മനം കൃഷ്ണചരണം തിരയുന്നു. നെഞ്ചകത്തൊരു വെണ്മ കടലായിരമ്പുന്നു. In the last lines, there's a dhwani. In my mind, there's a milky ocean. There lies my child, the ultimate soul, ultimate love, the innocence, the purity. In me, it is there. The only way left is to seek myself, purify myself, and awaken myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, let us be blessed by Sharma sir and the team of accomplished musicians. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shyam sir. Let me hand over the floor to Ms. Sandra.
Good evening, everyone. We've already been enlightened about music and the spiritual aspects of it. Music is the language of the spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. We all live a super busy life. Leading a hectic life is a part of our chosen lifestyle, and practically not much can we do about it. The flip side to this is stress, anxiety, and a host of other mental and physical issues. If this is reality, how do we heal ourselves naturally? Is there something that can help us recoup from certain illnesses effortlessly? Well, there is an answer to all of this in music. To be in the present Focusing on breath is meditation. Through that, to then create music and offer it to the universe elevates the spirit. Music is the language of emotion, and no art arouses emotions so deeply as music. Without further ado, I begin by saying that this is our new venture into music therapy. Kindly excuse us for any mistakes. Let me introduce you to our first singer. We have with us S. Ram Vishak. He is a student of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Ram has passed Visharad 2 in Hindustani vocal from Gandharv Mahavidyalay, New Delhi. Music is his passion, and he is now singing a bandish in Raga Yaman. This raga known to remove tension and boost our energy and confidence. Over to you, Ram Vishak.
Namaste and greetings to all the distinguished people here. And it's a tall order to present a song, especially after Professor Madhusoodanan Nair sir's wonderful rendition and his talk. But I'll attempt to present a bandish in Rag Yaman. So, sir had made a mention of Inayat Khan Sahab, a Sufi saint, and from the, I mean, though not related to the Sufi sect, but a lot of Hindustani bandishes have that Sufi mystic element in terms of the way bandishes are structured. And I'll be presenting, this bandish is from the Rampur Gharana. So Gharanas are different schools of thoughts. And would I call it, it would not be appropriate to call it a law in that sense of the word, or law that governs music, because there exists a certain kind of fluidity in terms of how one can present. But a broad structure is given in terms of how the bandishes are structured. So bandish is, I mean, in Carnatic music, it won't be an equivalent of kirtanams, but it's just an exposition of the raga in that sense of the word. So I'll be singing a bandish from the Rampur Gharana, and it's by it starts with Inayat Hussain Khasa. So I'll be presenting that in Rag Yaman. If I may start with your permission. Thank you.
Yes. Please.
balama. Pa ma ba 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 ba. Madani ni 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 ni. Sa 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 ni da ni re sa sa ni da ni re ga re ni da ma re ga ni re ga ma ma ga ma da ni da ni re ga ni da ni da ma da ma ga ma ga da ma da ma 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 ga ma ma ga ma re sa a bu ba la ma din beta vai sanj din beta vai sanj din beta vai sanj ho banala girana nahi chen ho banala girana nahi chen ho banala girana nahi chen piya inayat chabu to peya piya inayat chabu to pevari avo 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 jabu to pe vari re avo 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 banama avo 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 banama.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Ram Vishak. We have with us Sri.Shyam Sharma. He's an eminent guru and musician. Sharma sir is an exponent of Carnatic music. He will now introduce you to another melodious Sanskrit song in Rag Yaman.
Thank you. Rama Rama Janaki jane Rama Janaki jane Kadana nidanam naham jane moksha kavadam naham jane Janaki jane Rama 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 Janaki jane Rama Vishadakale sakhattvameva bhayantakare prabhatvameva bhavapti naugat tvameva deva bhavapti naugat tvameva deva bhaje bhavantam Ramabhirama bhaje bhavantam Ramabhirama Janaki jane Rama 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 Janaki jane
Melodious. Excellent.
Thank you, Sharma sir. Let me now introduce you to Miss Sri.Shyam. She's a graduate in music from the prestigious College of Women, University of Kerala, and a B.High artist of All India Radio. She has been working as a music teacher in Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Trivandrum for 12 years, continuing her music saga. She will now sing a song for us in the same rag, Yaman.
Good evening to all.
Very well sung.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request S. Ram Vishak to grace us with another song in Rag Yaman.
Oh, today is the day of Yemen.
No, I'll be presenting a song in Yaman Kalyan.
Okay.
So there's a slight difference in that sense in between the two ragas. So
Ibere.
it's in Yamuna Kalyani that the famous Krishnani Begane Baro is.
Okay.
It's a song sung by Kishudas ji. Mere gama dhani sa ni da pa ma ga ma ga re sa jab deep chale aana jab shaam dhale aana जब दीप जले आना जब शाम ढले आना संकेत मिलन का भूल न जाना मेरा प्यार ना बिसराना जब दीप जले आना जब शाम ढले आना मैं पलकन डगर उहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा। मैं पलकन डगर मुहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा। मेरी प्रीत का काजल तुम अपने नैनों में भरे आना, जब दीप चले आना, जब शाम ढले आना। नी रे ग मा ग रे सा सा नी पा पा मा रे ग सा नी सा ग पा मा पा। नित सांझ सवेरे मिलते हैं, नित सांझ सवेरे मिलते हैं। उन्हें देख के तारे खिलते हैं, नित सांझ सवेरे मिलते हैं। उन्हें देख के तारे खिलते हैं, लेते हैं विदा एक दूजे से कहते हैं चले आना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना।
Wonderful.
They're not audible. Mic is not audible.
Me.
No, sir. I mean, announcement is not audible. Please.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah. Now, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good.
I wish to introduce you to another singer, Radhika Nair, a singer who has completed 40 years of singing career. Radhika Nair is a B-high artist of Akashvani and Doordarshan. Herself a playback singer, she has won the Sauparnika and Mayuri Award for the Best Singer. Over to another song in the same raga.
आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बहार बनके, आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बहार बनके, मेरे दिल में यूं ही रहना। हाय रे मेरे दिल में यूं ही रहना, तुम प्यार प्यार बनके, आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बहार बनके, आंखों में तुम बसे हो सपने का सार बनके, आंखों में तुम बसे हो सपने का सार बनके, मेरे दिल में यूं ही रहना। हाय रे मेरे दिल में यूं ही रहना, तुम प्यार प्यार बनके, आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बहार बनके, आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बहार बनके। Thank you.
That is which raga?
Same
Raga?
Raga Yaman only, sir.
Yaman only.
We move on to the final song for this raga. I request Sharma sir to grace us with the final song for Yag Yaman.
உயிரில்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உயிரில்லையே, அம்மா என்றழைக்காத உயிரில்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உயர்வில்லையே. நேரில் நின்று பேசும் தெய்வம் பெற்ற தாயன்றி வேறொன்று ஏது, அம்மா என்றழைக்காத உயிரில்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உயர்வில்லையே. அபிராமி சிவகாமி கருமாரி மகமாயி திருக்கோவில் தெய்வங்கள் நீதானம்மா, அன்னைக்கு அன்றாடம் அபிஷேகம் அலங்காரம் புரிகின்ற சிறு தொண்டன் நான் தானம்மா. பொருளோடு புகழ் வேண்டும் மகனல்ல தாயே, உன் அருள் வேண்டும் எனக்கென்றும் அது போதுமே. அடுத்திங்கு பிறப்பொன்று அமைந்தாலும் நான் உந்தன் மகனாக பிறக்கின்ற வரம் வேண்டுவேன், அதை நீயே தருவாயே. அம்மா என்றழைக்காத உயிரில்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உயர்வில்லையே. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Not audible.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
We now move on to the next raga, Raga Ahir Bhairav. This raga is known to bring down our blood pressure as a cure for skin diseases as well as arthritic ailments. I request S. Ram Vishak to sing the first song for Ahir Bhairav.
In Rag Ahir Bhairav in specific, represents the fact that one rag can represent different emotions. So a widely known bandish in this rag is Albela Sajanayore. That's so it's representative of auspicious occasion that is to come, and it's an occasion of celebration. And at the same time, Manna De Saab has sung a very beautiful song called Pucho Na Kaise Maine Rain Bitaaye. It falls within the same raga. So it's a gamut of emotions that's represented within that span. So I will try and sing both these songs for just having a broader view of how ragas can take the color and form the way we interpret it. It's not really dictated by some universal law in that sense of the word. So yeah. Albela sajan aayo re, albela sajan aayo re, albela sajan aayo re, morat Madhusoodanan aayo re, albela चौक पुरायो मंगलगानो मलरंग से आयो रे अलबेला सजन आयो रे पूछो न कैसे मैंने रहना पूछो न कैसे मैंने रहना छूना कैसे मैंने रहना एक पल जैसे एक जुग बीता एक पल जैसे, एक जुग बीता जुग बीते मोहनी तारे, पूछो ना कैसे बने रहे, खुद चली दीपक एक मन मेरा, माना मेरा मेरा मोह मेरा, खुद जले दीपक हित मन मेरा, फिर भी न जाए मेरे घर का अंधेरा, खुद जले दीपक हित मन मेरा, फिर भी न जाए मेरे घर का अंधेरा, किरण न लाएगी, पूछो न कैसे बने रहना, पूछो न कैसे बने रहना, एक पल जैसे, एक जुग बीता जुग बीते मोहनी राय, पूछो ना कैसे मैंने, पूछो ना कैसे मैंने, पूछो ना कैसे मैंने
ഗ്രേറ്റ്. നമ്മുടെ സ്വപ്നമെന്ന കാനനത്തിൽ ഇതാണോ രാഗം? സ്വപ്നമായി മഴക്കരയിൽ ഇതല്ലേ?
Thank you, Ram Vishak. I now invite Sharma sir and Radhika ma'am for a duet on the same raga, Ahir Bhairav.
நீ பாதி நான் பாதி கண்ணே,
அருகில் நீ என்று தூங்காத கண்ணே,
நீ பாதி நான் பாதி கண்ணே,
அருகில் நீ என்று தூங்காத கண்ணே,
நீ இல்லையே இனி நான் இல்லையே, உயிர் நீயே உன்னாலே
மெய்யானது உயிர் மெய்யாகவே தடையேது
நீ பாதி நான் பாதி கண்ணே
அருகில் நீ இன்று தூங்காது கண்ணே நீ பாதி நான் பாதி கண்ணே தூங்காது
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Radhika ma'am and Sharma sir. I would now like to introduce a new singer, Vishak Sharma, the son of Shri S.H. Sharma sir. He's a trained Carnatic singer and also a stage performer. Let us listen to a Kirtanam on Raga Ahir Bhairav. I request Vishak for the same.
This is actually a kriti called Bibare Ramarasam, composed by the 18th century Tamil composer Sadashiva Brahmendra. Bibare Ramarasam, Bibare Ramarasam, Rasani Bibare Ramarasam, Bibare Ramarasam, Rasani Bibare Ramarasam, Bibare Ramarasam, Rasani Bibare Ramarasam, Bibare Ramarasam, 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 Ramarasam. Janana marana bhaya shoka viduram, Janana marana bhaya shoka viduram, sakala shastra nigamagama saram, janana marana bhaya shoka viduram, sakala shastra nigamagama saram, janana marana bhaya shoka viduram, sakala shastra nigamagama saram, Bibare Ramarasam, Rasane Bibare Ramarasam, Bibare Ramarasam.
Excellent rendering. Great.
Thank you, Vishak. I now request Sharma sir to present the final song for this raga, Ahir Bhairav.
ചൈത്രം ചായം ചാലിച്ചു ചൈത്രം ചായം ചാലിച്ചു നിന്റെ ചിത്രം വരയ്ക്കുന്നു ചാരു ചിത്രം വരയ്ക്കുന്നു ചൈത്രം ചായം ചാലിച്ചു നിന്റെ ചിത്രം വരയ്ക്കുന്നു എങ്ങു നിന്നീ കവിൽ തട്ടിലി കുങ്കുമവർണ്ണം പകർന്നു എങ്ങു നിന്നീ കവിൽ തട്ടിലി കുങ്കുമവർണ്ണം പകർന്നു മാതളപ്പൂക്കളിൽ നിന്നു മലർവാകത്തളിത്തതിൽ നിന്നു പാടിപ്പറന്നു പോം എൻ കിളിത്തത്തതൻ പാടലമാം ചുണ്ടിൽ നിന്നോ ചൈത്രം ചായം ചാലിച്ചു നിന്റെ ചിത്രം വരയ്ക്കുന്നു.
Well sir, well sir, beautiful.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the next raga, Raga Abheri, or in Hindustani, Bhim Palasi, a raga that is best known to heal disturbed minds. I now request Vishak Sharma to grace us with one of the best known kirtanams in Raga Abheri.
This is the raga of Nagumo, is it not? Nagumo.
Yes, you have guessed it right. It is Nagumo. So, as you might have already known, it is composed by the great Saint Tyagaraja Swamigal, who is one of the trinities of Carnatic music. So, and to say about Ragam Abheri, it is actually a Janni Raga, which is a child raga, which is a child raga of Kharahara Priya, which is the 22nd Melakarta Ragam of the Carnatic, the Melakarta scheme of Carnatic music. నగుమో మూగనలే నీన జాలి తెలిసి నగుమో మూగనలే నీన జాలి తెలిసి నన్ను బ్రోవర శ్రీ రఘువర నీ నగుమో గణలే నీ తెలిసి నన్ను బ్రోవర శ్రీ రఘువర నీ నగుమో గణలే నీ నగరాజ நகராஜ 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 தரணீது பரிவாரு லல்ல நகராஜ தரணீது பரிவாரு லல்ல நகராஜ தரணீது பரிவாரு லல்ல நகராஜ தரணீது பரிவாரு ಹೋಗಿ ಬೋಧನಜೆ ಸೇವರಲು ಗಾರೆ ಎಟುಲುಂಡ ತುರನಿ 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 ನಗುಮೋ ಮೂದನಲೇ ಶ್ರೀ ರಘುವರ ನೀನಗು
Wonderfully done.
Thank you so much, Vishak. I now invite Sri.Shyam for the next song in Raga Abhedi.
ചന്ദ്രനോ വന്നുരാവിൽ പല്ലക്കിലേറിയോ കൂടെ വന്നു വരവേൽക്കുകയായോ കുരവയിട്ടു കിളികൾ വഴിനീളെ വരിനെൽക്കതിരാടാൻ വയലണിഞ്ഞു ഒരു നവവധുപോലെ കുന്നത്തെ കൊന്നയ്ക്കും പൊന്മോതിരം ഇന്നേതോ തമ്പുരാൻ തന്നേ പോരോ ആരെ നീ കണി കാണുവാനാശലം തിരിനീളുമിൻ പാതിരാമണി ദീപമേ മിഴിച്ചെന്നി നിൽക്കുകയാൽ ഓരോരോ തിരിനാളം ആ മുഖം കണി കണ്ടപ്പോൾ ചാരുലജ്ജയിലെന്തിനു തുടുവർണ്ണമായി ആയില്യം കാവിലെ മണിനാദത്താൽ മാർക്കിനി ആരാരോ പാട്ടുമായൊരു പാലോട്ടും നേരുന്നു തുണയായി വരണമിനി ഉടലിൽ നാഗമണിയുമറിയ ഹരമേ തുണയായി വരണമിനി ഉടലിൽ നാഗമണിയും അറിയ ഹരമേ കുന്നത്തെ കൊന്നയ്ക്കും പൊന്മോതിരം ഇന്നേതോ തമ്പുരാൻ തന്നേ പോരോ പല്ലക്കിലേറിയോ വന്നുരാവിൽ പഞ്ചമി തിങ്കളോ വന്നുരാവിൽ വരവേൽക്കുകയായോ കുരവയിട്ടു കിളികൾ വഴിനീളെ വഴിനെൽക്കതിരാടാൻ വയലണിഞ്ഞു ഒരു നവവധുപോലെ കുന്നത്തെ കൊന്നയ്ക്കും പൊന്മോതിരം ഇന്നേതോ തമ്പുരാൻ തന്നേ പോയോ.
Excellent rendering.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Sharma sir for the next song in Raga Abhedi.
ഹൃദയ സരസിലേ പ്രണയ പുഷ്പമേ ഹൃദയ സരസിലേ പ്രണയ പുഷ്പമേ ഇനിയും നിൻ കഥ പറയൂ ഹൃദയ സരസിലേ പ്രണയ പുഷ്പമേ ഇനിയും നിൻ കഥ പറയൂ അർദ്ധനിമീലിത മിഴികളിലൂറും അശ്രുബിന്ദുവൻ സ്വപ്നബിന്ദുവോ ഹൃദയ സരസിലേ പ്രണയ പുഷ്പമേ ഇനിയും നിൻ കഥ പറയൂ നീ പറയൂ എഴുതാൻ വൈകിയ ചിത്രകഥയിലെ ഏഴഴകുള്ളൊരു നായിക നീ എഴുതാൻ വൈകിയ ചിത്രകഥയിലെ ഏഴഴകുള്ളൊരു നായിക നീ എന്നനുരാഗത പോവന സീമയിൽ എന്നനുരാഗത പോവന സീമയിൽ ഇന്നലെ വന്ന തപസ്വിനി നീ പുഷ്പമേ ഇനിയും നിൻ കഥ പറയൂ, നീ പറയൂ.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Radhika Nair to sing a Hindi song in Raga Abhini.
खिलते गुलयगा खिल के बिखरन को, खिलते गुलयगा खिल के बिखरन को, मिलते दिलयगा मिल के बिछड़न को, खिलते गुलयगा कल रहे ना रहे मौसम के प्यार का, कल रुके ना रुके डोल बहार का, चार पल मिले जो आज प्यार में गुजार दे, खिलते गुलयगा खिल के बिखरन को, खिलते गुलयगा. Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you, ma'am. We now move on to our next raga, Raga Shivaranjani, which is known to remove sadness and bestow good health. I request Sri.Shyam to introduce us to this new raga.
अष्टमी रोहिणी नालिसुरु मुग्ध वृंदावनमाय मारिയെങ്കിൽ अष्टमी रोहिणी नालिसुरु मुग्ध वृंदावनमाय मारिയെങ്കിൽ ഗോപികാരമണന്റെ കാലടി പൂവിരിയും ഗോകുലം കാണാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഗോപികയായി ഞാൻ പിറന്നെങ്കിൽ അഷ്ടമി രോഹിണി നാളിലെ മനസ്സൊരു മുഗ്ധ വൃന്ദാവനമായി മാറിയെങ്കിൽ കോടത്താർ വർണ്ണന്റെ അധരങ്ങൾ ചുംബിക്കും ഓടക്കുഴലായി ഞാൻ മാറിയെങ്കിൽ കോടത്താർ വർണ്ണന്റെ അധരങ്ങൾ ചുംബിക്കും ഓടക്കുഴലായി ഞാൻ മാറിയെങ്കിൽ നിത്യവും കണ്ണനെ നക്കി തുടയ്ക്കുന്ന നിത്യവും കണ്ണനെ നക്കി തുടയ്ക്കുന്ന കാറ്റക്കിടാവായി ഞാൻ ജനിച്ചെങ്കിൽ അഷ്ടമി രോഹിണി നാളിലെ മനസ്സൊരു മുഗ്ധ വൃന്ദാവനമായി മാറിയെങ്കിൽ ഗുരുവായൂരമ്പല മതിലകത്തും വഴി വിളക്കൊളി ചൊരിയുന്ന വീഥിയിലും ഗുരുവായൂരമ്പല മതിലകത്തും വഴി വിളക്കൊളി ചൊരിയുന്ന വീഥിയിലും അവ
Beautiful. Are Ambali and Radhika sisters?
Yes, yes, sir, yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us listen to one more song in the Raga Shivaranjani. I request Radhika Nair for the same.
तेरे मेरे बीच में, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है बंधन अनजाना, कैसा है बंधन अनजाना। मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना, मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना। तेरे मेरे बीच में, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है बंधन अनजाना। पहनूंगी मैं तेरे हाथों से कंगना, पहनूंगी मैं तेरे हाथों से कंगना। जाएगी मेरी डोली तेरे ही गंगना। चाहे कुछ कर ले, ओ चाहे कुछ कर ले ज़माना, चाहे कुछ कर ले ज़माना। मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना, मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना। तेरे मेरे बीच में, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है बंधन अनजाना। मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना, मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना। तेरे मेरे बीच में, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है बंधन अनजाना।
Beautiful, beautiful. Very well, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. We now move on to the next raga, Raga Hamsadhwani. Known as the Sarva Roga Harini, this raga is supposed to give us energy and awaken the Chaitanya within us. I request Vishak Sharma to give us a raga vistara on Hamsadhwani.
Before I start, I just want to say a few small details about Hamsadhwani. Hamsadhwani is, as you all heard of it, it's one of the most popular ragas in Carnatic music. We have Vatapi, popular kridis such as Vatapi Ganapati and Vinayaka Ninnu Vina, and there are many Malayalam songs as well which will be sung after this. And Hamsadhwani, according to Carnatic music, it is also Janya raga. It is a very confusing raga because it has got Sariga Panisa, which is common swara for both Shankarabharanam and Kalyani. But as the raga has, each raga will have a bhavam actually. So Hamsadhwani, if we look at if we listen to the bhavam, it actually resembles more to Kalyani. So we can say that it is actually a Janya raga of Kalyani, which is the 65th Melakarta of Carnatic music.
Great. Can I ask you one or two doubts? Can I ask you one or two doubts?
Yeah, sure.
Pushpabaranam iragano.
Yeah, it is Hamsadhan. Iragana.
Then manatharilennum.
Yeah. Sounds like Hamsadhan. I haven't heard the song, but this must be Hamsadhan. Yeah, sounds like that.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Vishak. I now request Sharma sir to sing a famous Malayalam song on Raga Hamsadhwani. Onam song, Uttrada Poonilave.
Uttrada Poonilave va, Uttrada Poonilave va, മുറ്റത്തെ പൂക്കളത്തിൽ വാടിയ പൂവയിൽ ഇത്തിരി പാൽ ചുരത്താൻ വാ ഉത്രാട പൂനിലാവേ വാ മുറ്റത്തെ പൂക്കളത്തിൽ വാടിയ പൂമണിയിൽ ഇത്തിരി പാൽ ചുരത്താൻ വാ ഉത്രാട പൂനിലാവേ വാ കൊണ്ടൽ വഞ്ചി മിഥുനക്കാറ്റിൽ കൊണ്ടു കൊണ്ടുവന്ന മുത്താരങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ടൽ വഞ്ചി മിഥുനക്കാറ്റിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന മുത്താരങ്ങൾ മണിച്ചിങ്ങം മാലയാക്കി അണിഞ്ഞുവല്ലോ പുലരുന്ന പൊന്നോണത്തെ പുകഴ്ത്തുന്ന പൂവനങ്ങൾ പുതുക്കും പൊന്നാടയായി നീ വാ വാ ഉത്രാടപ്പൂനിലാവേ വാ മുറ്റത്തെ പൂക്കളത്തിൽ വാടിയ പൂമണിയിൽ ഇത്തിരി പാൽ ചുരത്താൻ വാ ഉത്രാടപ്പൂനിലാവേ വാ.
Wonderful, excellent.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to our next raga, Raga Mohanam. This raga is known to cure headache and depression. I request Sri.Shyam to introduce us to this raga with a very famous Malayalam film song.
Beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us listen to one more song in the Raga Mohanam. I request Sharma sir to grace us with the song.
സ്വർഗപുത്രീ നവരാത്രി സ്വർണം പതിച്ചതിൻ സ്വരമണ്ഡപത്തിലെ സോപാനഗായകനാകൂ എന്നെ നീ സ്വർഗപുത്രീ നവരാത്രി സ്വർണം പതിച്ചതിൻ സ്വരമണ്ഡപത്തിലെ എന്നെ നീ സ്വർഗപുത്രീ തീരകളിലലക്കിയെടുത്ത നിൻ പൂനില പുടവ തൊടുമ്പോൾ കടൽ തീരകളിലലക്കിയെടുത്ത നിൻ പൂനില പുടവ തൊടുമ്പോൾ മെയിൽ തൊടുമ്പോൾ നിന്നെ പ്രണയ പരാധീനയാക്കുവാൻ എന്തെന്നില്ലാത്തൊരഭിനിവേശം അഭിനിവേശം നവരാത്രി സ്വർണം പതിച്ച നിൻ സ്വരമണ്ഡപത്തിലെ സോപാനഗായകനാകൂ എന്നെ നീ സ്വർഗപുത്രി നവരാത്രി. Thank you.
Well sung, very well sung.
Thank you, sir. Let us listen to one more song in Raga Mohanam. I request Radhika Nair to sing the song Manjal Prasadavum.
Manjal Prasadavum നെറ്റിയിൽ ചാർത്തി മഞ്ഞക്കുറിയുണ്ടും ചുറ്റി മഞ്ഞൾ പ്രസാദവും നെറ്റിയിൽ ചാർത്തി മഞ്ഞക്കുറിയുണ്ടും ചുറ്റി ഇന്നെന്റെ മുറ്റത്ത് പൊന്നോണപ്പൂവേ നീ വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു ഓ വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു മഞ്ഞൾ പ്രസാദവും നെറ്റിയിൽ ചാർത്തി മഞ്ഞക്കുറി മുണ്ടും ചുറ്റി കുന്നിമണി ചിപ്പിൽ നിന്നും ഒരു നുള്ളു കുങ്കുമം ഞാൻ തൊട്ടെടുത്തു ഓ ഞാൻ തൊട്ടെടുത്തു കുന്നിമണി ചിപ്പിൽ നിന്നും ഒരു നുള്ളു കുങ്കുമം ഞാൻ തൊട്ടെടുത്തു ഓ ഞാൻ തൊട്ടെടുത്തു എന്നിരൽ തുമ്പിൽ നിന്നാ വർണ്ണരേണുക്കൾ എൻ നെഞ്ചിലാകെ പടർന്നു ഒരു പൂമ്പുലർവേള വിടർന്നു ഓ പൂമ്പുലർവേള വിടർന്നു മഞ്ഞൾ പ്രസാദവും നെറ്റിയിൽ ചാർത്തി മഞ്ഞക്കുറി മുണ്ടും ചുറ്റി ഇന്നെന്റെ മുറ്റത്ത് പൊന്നോണപ്പൂവേ നീ വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു ഓ വന്നു ചിരി തൂകി നിന്നു. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, ma'am. We move on to the next raga, Raga Kapi. This raga is supposed to reduce absent to introduce us to this raga.
I
with the
think
Critic.
one second. I think Raghu sir and both of you are sharing the same network. Is it
Yes,
so,
sir.
Raghu sir? So, Raghu sir, if you can just put off your network, if the same network is being used, if you can just off the video of your this disruption can be avoided.
This slight
Yes, I think both of you. Now it's okay. Now just again try. Yeah, that will be okay. Please go ahead.
Vishak Sharma will introduce us to Raga Kapi with a very famous Kriti.
So, Ragam Kapi to say about that, it is also a Janya Raga from Karahara Priya, which is the 20th Melakarta, just like Abhiri, just we have seen before. And I'm going to present you the one of the most popular kritis, which is Ennatavam Shedane, which is one of the most popular kritis in Carnatic music, and as well as you must have heard it in various Malayalam films. And the kriti is actually composed by this, written by and composed by Sri Pabanasham Shivam Avargal. So let's start. Natavam Shedane Yennatavam Shedane Yashoda 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 Engum Nirai Engum Nirai Parabrahmam Amma என்றழைக்க என்னத்தவம் செய்தனே யசோதா எங்கும் நீரை பரபிரம்மம் அம்மா என்றழைக்க என்னத்தவம் செய்தனே யசோதா எங்கும் நீரை பரபிரம்மம் அம்மா என்றழைக்க என்னதவம் செய்தனே யசோதா ஈரேழு புவனங்கள் படைத்தவனை 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 கையிலேந்தி திராட்டி பலூட்டி தலாட்ட என்னதவம் செய்தனே ஈரேழு புவனங்கள் படைத்தவனை கையிலேந்தி சிராட்டி பலூட்டி தலாட்ட என்னதவம் செய்தனே யசோதா எங்கும் நீரை பரபிரம்மம் அம்மா என்றழைக்க என்னதவம் செய்தனே யசோதா அம்மா என்றழைக்க
Great rendering.
Thank you, Vishak. I now request Sri.Shyam to present before us another song in Raga Kapi.
Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Sharma sir to present the final song for Raga Kapi.
ഇന്നലെ എന്റെ നെഞ്ചിലെ കുഞ്ഞു മൺവിളക്കൂതിയില്ലേ, കാറ്റൻ മൺവിളക്കൂതിയില്ലേ, കോയിലുക്കാവിന്റെ മുറ്റത്തെ മുല്ല പോലൊറ്റയ്ക്കു നിന്നില്ലേ, ഞാൻ ഒറ്റയ്ക്കു നിന്നില്ലേ. നെഞ്ചിരയിൽ എന്റെ അച്ഛനെരിയുമ്പോൾ മച്ചകത്താരോ തേങ്ങിപ്പറക്കുന്നത് അമ്പലപ്രാവുകളോ അമ്പലപ്രാവുകളോ ഇന്നലെ ഇന്നലെ എന്റെ നെഞ്ചിലെ കുഞ്ഞിൻ മൺവിളക്കൂതിയില്ലേ കാറ്റൻ മൺവിളക്കൂതിയില്ലേ കൂരിരുക്കാവിന്റെ മുറ്റത്തെ മുല്ല പോലൊറ്റയ്ക്കു നിന്നില്ലേ ഞാൻ ഒറ്റയ്ക്കു നിന്നില്ലേ.
Brilliant.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the last raga for the day, Darbari Canada. This raga is also known to ease the tension and anxiety in our lives. I request Radhika Nair to present the final song for this virtual musical session.
आपकी नजरों ने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे दिल की धड़कन डर जा मिल गई मंजिल मुझे आपकी नजरों ने समझा जी हमें मंजूर है आपका ये फैसला जी हमें मंजूर है आपका ये फैसला कह रही है हर नस्ल बंद परवर शुक्रिया हंस के अपनी जिंदगी में कर लिया शामिल मुझे दिल की धड़कन ठहर जा मिल गई मंजिल मुझे आपकी नजरों ने समझा आपकी मंजिलों में मेरी मंजिल आप है आपकी मंजिलों में मेरी मंजिल आप है क्यों मैं तूफान से डरूं मेरा साहिल आप है कोई तूफानों से मिल गया साहिल मुझे दिल की धड़कन ठहर जा मिल गई मंजिल मुझे आपकी नजरों ने समझा. Thank you very much.
Very well. Brilliant.
Thank you, ma'am. So on behalf of the orchestra, the technical team and the singers present here, I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the listeners for bearing with us patiently. May the divinity of music shine within all of us.
May
Thank
we
you.
also request for one more indulgence. Can we see the persons or the wonderful persons behind the instruments? I mean,
Yes,
if
sir,
we can
just a
just turn
minute.
the camera over the, we would just like
Just
to
a
see,
minute.
I mean,
Yes, yes.
they made our evening magical.
Yes, sir, definitely.
The singers were all versatile in their own way.
Wow.
So we
Well
have with
arranged.
us the
Better
tabla
than
and the
any stage setting. Wonderful.
All of you together have given us a musical treat.
Now, who is on the keyboard?
Saiju. Saiju sir is on the keyboard.
Very good. On the tabla?
Murugan sir is on the tabla.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Here's our technical team behind the sound system.
Wow.
And who was on guitar? No guitar?
There's no guitar, sir.
Oh, I see. We were hearing the sound of guitar beautifully.
That's
How
all
could you-
magic of technology and of course
Keyboard, yes.
keyboard. Yeah. Wonderful. That was really wonderful. I think I'll go straight to Madhusoodanan sir. Your comments regarding the musical extravaganza we had in this afternoon or evening rather, sir.
Namaste. First of all, I appreciate every singer and every instrumentalist behind the singers for a very beautiful evening. I enjoyed every raga and the light songs based on the raga, Abheri, Agar Bhairavi, Yaman, etc. If music is the food of love, give me the excess of it. So said Shakespeare in a drama. Music is the food of love. This is what Shakespeare said. I think music is the soul of love. Music is love itself. So, this loving rendering, finest rendition, especially of Sharma, then Ram, and this
Radhika.
Radhika. I enjoyed very much, and I thank you. In coming months, I think in coming months, a full concert can be arranged if everybody wills. Everybody wills. Let us make it a treat.
Yes, yes.
And I will also be a hearer, a listener, a humble listener, because music is our
passion.
God. Music is our God. Music is our justice. Music is our soul. And I appreciate everybody. I humbly do my pranams to everybody, to every artist, and the organizers of the meetings also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We go directly to Justice Babu, sir. Your comments, sir.
Thank you, Shyam Padman, for arranging this program. So when I was hearing Professor Madhusoodanan sir, he made me younger by 45 years.
Oh, my
45 at 45 years, 4.5 decades ago, I was a student in his classroom with much admiration. So thank you, sir, for taking me back to 73, 74, and 75. It was a wonderful evening.
Down memory lane.
Yes, memory lane. So, and thereafter the music. So Professor Madhusoodanan sir told us how music is close to you, how music is connected to you, how music is a part of you, and how music is you yourself. So that was and that was followed by a wonderful orchestra here. But I wanted one song to be heard. I thought that would come next. But it did not come so far. That was a Malayalam song by my most favorite singer in Malayalam, P. Jayachandran, Swati Dinalin Kamini. So I was expecting that song, and nobody sung that song. Anyway, that was. And Sambhatman know my attachment to Muhammad Rafi also, Chaudhumika Chandu. I was expecting that. So
deferred. Your request is deferred.
Deferred. Sambhatman, if you ask me to select 10 good best songs, I will be in trouble. I will not be able to select 10 songs. But if you tell me to select one song which is the best you have ever heard, I will certainly select Chaudhumika Chandu. Because that song I hear every day. Every day I hear that song on my phone, or of course, Alexa is there. I ask Alexa to sing Chaudhary Ka Chand Hoon while I am dressing in the morning after my bath. So thank you, Madhusoodanan sir, for a wonderful evening. Thank you to see you, sir. And thank you all the singers here, orchestra, and the
And the
entire.
wonderful comparing, sir. The way beautifully she said music therapy. It was therapy in every sense.
So you did not disclose your name, madam.
Sir, my name is Sandra Satish.
Okay, you're a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay, you look like a lawyer anyway.
Lawyer look.
Eh?
Lawyer could look. Very good.
Shyam Padman, you know, lawyers are most dear to me always. So thank you very much. Thank you, Madhusoodanan sir. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shyam Padman. Thank you, Ramkumar sir. Ramkumar sir is a wonderful singer.
Yes.
His wife, Aparna madam, is two children. Ramkumar sir's family is a family of singers. Everybody there sings.
No wonder. Thank you, Babu sir. KVJ Rao sir.
Sir, I have to thank you first for a wonderful evening, and I pay my obeisance to each and every artist, including Madhusoodan sir, for being so elaborate and saying. I come, like as Ramkumar sir always says, I'm 36,000 feet above the ground. And let me tell you, music is the only companion we carry with us, Indian music. And that keeps us close to our family, because like I said, 20 days in a month, we are out of the country, we are traveling all over. And that's the only thing that keeps us alive, awake at every moment. Like I said, I was born in Bombay, roots in Andhra Pradesh. I touched classical music back, like I explained to Shyam sir, because Shankara Varnam, the movie, was shot in my ancestral home. And the actor Somya Julu was a colleague of my sister's father-in-law, who was the RDO of Chittoor district.
There is an actor in you.
I touched base to classical music since then. And after that, Shankarabharanam, then I kept watching Sagar Sangamam, and there are so many others. Like I do watch, and my wife watches a lot of Malayalam movies or regional movies, and music transcends all boundaries. So there is absolutely, as you said, it's divine.
No
And
frontiers.
there is no comparison to classical music. Even though I have traveled all over the world, you listen to an Indian raga in any restaurant and you will be attracted to go and sit there, because like I said, we spend time away from family. So music is one of the connections that we have back home. And I thank you all once again for a evening well spent. 4 years I have not been listening to any music, but today I made it a point to come and sit here. In fact, I asked my better half also to join me, and she's into classical music, so she was really happy. And I thank you all once again from the bottom of my heart, sir.
Thank you, Rao sir. We have Dr. Samuel K. Nainan. Doctor, please.
Good evening, everyone. This was, in fact, a very different experience for me. I didn't expect this from Advocate Shyam Padman. In fact, I know him as an eminent lawyer, and I represent Indian Dental Association, and he is the man behind all our issues. But whenever we face some issue, we go to Advocate Shyam Padman only.
He's a problem maker. Okay.
He solves all our problems.
Sir, if he doesn't create the problem, we won't be able to sit on the bench, sir.
Right.
You have to think of that also.
Anyway, this was a different experience, and thank you all the participants, all the musicians, and all the organizers. Thank you very much.
Dilip sir. You'll have to unmute.
He's a great connoisseur of music.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a wonderful evening. Thank you everyone. And I missed the speech of Madhusoodanan sir in full, because I was traveling, and because the ragas which were sung here are very close to my heart. And in fact, Shivaranjani, Pranaya Sarovara Thiram, and Ed Swarangal, ഇത് രണ്ടും അതേ രാഗത്തിലുള്ളതാണ്. So I thought I would hear that also. Anyway, it was a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Thank you for the singers, instrumentals.
And thank you, Dilip sir. And as Babu sir said, if you are asked to choose songs, it's very difficult in the sense like you'll have to pick and choose. You'll have to cherry pick from many. Today, we had, I think somewhere there is echo, 1 second. Today, we had a magical evening. If it was a magical evening, it was because of the magician, Advocate S. Ramkumar. Sir, over to you.
So, till it was complete, I had a doubt whether we can achieve such a magical evening.
You were on tender hooks.
And also,
he was sitting at the end of the chair.
And also, when that congratulations go to my sister, who's also a connoisseur of music. It was her son who had sang with Hindustani.
Absolutely.
Ram Vishak.
Ram.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
was
see.
traveling, so he couldn't join
Oh.
here. He was traveling
Okay.
and he was staying in a hotel
Wonderful.
and singing for us.
Wonderful. The way
For
he
him,
sang.
Yeah, maybe for his mama he sang.
Anyway, it is coming up that this program has to be repeated. That's something
Definitely,
great.
definitely. We want to further.
Now,
not repetition.
Shyam, now it becomes easy. How we can go.
Absolutely.
And Shyam, I had sent you a message saying that the jesters, please don't sing. Your jesters would indicate that you are about to sing, because this good evening would get spoiled.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am being initiated by Ramkumar sir. So with the when we come to the end of the 164th session, when introduction was given by Justice Ramkumar sir, it is only befitting that the final words and the final whistle also come from Justice Ramkumar sir himself. So over to you.
It was a sublime treat, both by Sri.Madhusoodanan Nair and the singers here. I have no words to explain my happiness. It was a mood setter. Great evening. We had a wonderful evening. I want such evenings to be repeated in a better way. Yeah. Let there be more musicians, more ragas, and more accompaniments also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we are looking forward to a whistle treat from you, sir.
Me?
Yes.
I was not audible.
No, that's only because you are in a particular angle. Just another one more attempt.
Let me try. I have no guarantee.
Just bring the microphone ahead, sir, so that will help you.
Okay, I'll try. Ah, wonderful. Come on. Give me a chorus.
शाम की दुल्हन बदन चुराए चुपके से आए मेरे. The wife is abusing me.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So our experiment today, I would say, was a stupendous success in the sense like with this limited preparations, with the limited resources at our disposal. Yeah.
You're being heard.
No, let it come, sir. Rao, sir. I mean,
Sing. They want you to sing now. Sing now. Sing. It's okay, sir. It's okay.
right.
That is called induction.
Correct. Like energy transmits like conduction, convention, and radiation. So this is induction. So, sir, we come to the end of the 164th session. Thanks to, I don't know whom all to thank, but I think I'll try my level best, starting from Justice Ramkumar sir, Raghukumar sir, Madhusoodanan Nair sir, and all the participants in the musical extravaganza Bonanza we had. And the technical, now it is Professor, I think, Traya is now sitting in the seat of Madhusoodanan Nair sir. So, and Officer, it is always a pleasure calling you because we hear the same song. I mean, only issue is that you take the phone too fast. So next time onwards, let it ring for some time so that we can enjoy the music also. Sir, Rao sir, Dr. Samuel Nanan sir, and all of you wonderful participants. It has been wonderful. We didn't even realize it is 7:45. We started off at 4:30.
Oh my
now
goodness.
That's worse. I mean, music it's not just soothing, but you lose time, etc. will just stand still. So till we meet again next Friday. Thank you, each and every one of you. Do take care, stay safe till we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you.